there's lots of things in this season, the farmers market, the AMP shows, the art walk that's happening every first Friday. There's events happening all the time
There's
at Hub
events at the
City and the
Ned
Ned. There's just so much life going on downtown. And so if you're not there, you're missing out.
Hey, this is Shea.
This is Mary Helen.
Welcome to the Pocket Change Podcast.
Well, you'll learn better ways to spend, save, and invest and take control of your financial journey.
You know, Mary Helen, we got started at Leaders over 65 years ago. 66 years we're celebrating this year. And there's been so much growth that's happened, not only with Leaders, but in Jackson, in West Tennessee. And we're really excited to focus on Jackson, Tennessee, specifically downtown Jackson, and all that there is to offer and what is coming up in our downtown. So
yeah, absolutely. And I think it's so important to take care of the place in which we live and learning better ways and how to invest in the community and how to support people that are local and really in order to see our community and our downtown thrive. We are so excited to welcome our special guest today, Beth Ann Simpson, who's the director of JDDC. Welcome to our show. Welcome to the Pocket Change Podcast.
Thanks for having me.
yeah,
I'm
thanks
excited.
for being here.
Yeah, I think it'll be a great episode today. I'm excited to hear what you have to say and get to talk more about downtown. So tell us a little bit about yourself, what JDDC is, and then how you ended up in Jackson.
I came to Jackson about 18 years ago to be a student at Lambeth University. Met my husband there. Didn't really intend to stay, but then the more we got involved, we dug our heels in deeper to the community, and we thought we would just be looking for a Jackson if we left. So we just stayed and got even more involved and have really stayed in the Midtown, downtown area. I worked at Lambeth for the past 12 years in student affairs, and Adam's my husband's been in public education all this time as well. And we have raising 3 kids in Midtown, only a few blocks from the campus. And so this is new that I've transitioned from higher education to downtown development role. I started that in August of this past year. And so when that opportunity presented itself, like I said, we've spent our whole time kind of in the Midtown, downtown area, and I really couldn't pass up an opportunity to be even more involved in downtown and the exciting things happening there. So that's how I landed in this role. And then what is JDDC?
Yeah, what does that stand for?
Yeah,
JDDC?
it's Jackson Downtown Development Corporation, and it's been an organization and an essential part of downtown for a really long time, over 30 years. And it's an accredited Main Street program. So what it is a community and economic development organization that serves to promote downtown and work with partnerships, whether it's property owners, business owners, to not only sustain the businesses and the community that is there, but also to enhance and recruit what's to come next. And so I find myself really being a champion to those that I'm working with and partnering with, and really see myself as an advocate and a resource, kind of bridging this gap. Like I might be connecting a property owner to a resource, or a business owner to another business owner as they plan an event, or a community member in ways that they can engage downtown. So we kind of serve as just this advocate and bridge building organization.
You're really helping to sustain that downtown area.
And the neat thing, too, is we're now in partnership with the Co. So while we're our own nonprofit, the Co's infrastructure and leadership and marketing team supports JDDC, and that's been really helpful for our recent growth and success.
Well, it's great that we have that in Jackson, that we can really help small business owners or the community bring new business and new life to downtown and continue, like you said, sustaining and bringing those businesses to our area. So I think it's great that we have this vital resource in our community.
For sure. And in a lot of ways, downtown is like the heart of the city. It's kind of where a lot of people will gravitate towards. There's so many things to do, so many things to see, people to meet, things to get involved in, which I think is awesome. So what are some exciting things happening in downtown?
Oh, gosh, there's lots of movement and excitement for downtown right now. From a development standpoint, you have lots of people renovating and restoring properties and getting spaces ready for new tenants. And there's going to be some things over the next few months to the year that we'll really see unfold, and that's exciting. I could name several restaurants and businesses that are soon to open, and so we will keep people in the loop about those announcements. And then JDDC, we are working on several initiatives to promote downtown and enhance our spaces. So one of those is our walkability campaign that we are running from spring until fall to promote walkability, connectivity, safety, really encouraging folks to park their car in these, no limit parking lots and walk from space to space, or when they're running errands, or walk to lunch, whether you work or live or just shop downtown. We want folks to walk it and see what they discover in between. And it promotes wellness and all these benefits and quality of life pieces. And several things in that walkability campaign are going to include some monthly itineraries that we roll out each month with Visit Jackson, some placemaking projects. So there's more to come with that, and it's exciting. We have a lavender trail we're doing in June, the month of June. And so businesses will have like a lavender-themed food, drink, gift available, and we'll encourage folks to go shop and experience those things. So those are a few, but there's lots of things in this season: the farmers market, the AMP shows, the art walk that's happening every first Friday. There's events happening all the time at Hub City and the Ned. There's just so much life going on downtown, and so if you're not there, you're missing out. So I would encourage people to check out what's happening, because there's a lot of cultural arts and family-friendly and good food and drinks to experience
There's
downtown.
Probably a festival or an event happening like most weekends.
Yes, yeah.
I'm sure there will be things coming up, and we can just stay connected with Downtown Jackson calendar and events and newsletters and social media, because, I know things going on all the time.
Yeah, and I think that's only going up from here. I think that what's been really cool to watch is some of that happened just organically between business owners and people that are already invested downtown, just creating those experiences for people. So we're here to cheer them on and promote it.
So tell us a little bit about Food Truck Fridays. I want to know more.
Yeah, so we're starting Food Truck Friday every Friday. That'll run through the summer season and into the fall. And we really did that to give space for food trucks. We have lots of them in our community, and to have a designated place that that they're going to be. And so we're going to have it during that 10 to 2 spot down at the farmers market every Friday. And they'll change out who's participating. And I think the neat thing about that, too, is on Fridays when there's special events like the art walk or an AMP show, they're going to stick around and participate in those events, too.
So there are so many things going on in downtown, like the Vintage Makers Festival that was just hosted. That was great to bring so many artists and community contributors together, and that was just a great time downtown, and I'm looking forward to the concerts, going to those, and going to the farmers market every Saturday. There's something all the time.
Yeah, I think the festival was a great example of businesses and partners that worked together to pull that off in a short amount of time. You had the local 906 involved, and Beat 3 and No Reverse Records.
And hopefully everyone got their leaders T-shirt.
That's
for
right.
The festival.
Then you had Hub City do a special beer. It's just been a really cool experience of watching them collaborate and pull this off to make it an event that I hope to see year after year.
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to come back. So why is it important to support downtown Jackson, specifically, the downtown area?
Yeah, because I think downtowns are the core of our cities, and I think Jackson especially demonstrates that with our downtown, because it's an intersection of all of our neighborhoods where we can often kind of get, situated in our own neighborhoods and not get out with other folks different than us. And I think downtown allows those opportunities, whether you're coming together for a cultural event or music or to support a local business. There's a community that is built and a sense of belonging that I think you can't recreate in other parts of the city. So I think it's unique, and I think when you invest in that part of the city, it makes a healthier environment, and I think it's a reflection of your community as a whole.
I mean, all roads lead there. You can come from north, south,
That's
east,
right.
west, and come
That's
to
right.
downtown right in the center.
Yeah, and my hope is that it remains that way, that it's for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that there's something for everybody downtown.
So tell us a little bit about some hidden gems that people may not know about that they should.
Yeah, I think people are comfortable coming to the farmer's market on a Saturday morning.
Getting those donuts.
And
Yep.
getting those donuts.
That's not a hidden gem anymore.
That's right. Or exploring Jackson Walk. And I would just encourage people to keep walking. Like, park your car over there, but then don't move it. Just keep walking and go to the core of downtown, where you're going to discover some new shops, local coffee, books, plants, bakery, the Ned for a show, or
That's right.
the library. I think there's just some things when you start heading east that you would miss if you just come to the farmer's market and leave. And so I would tell people to walk and discover something new and enjoy. You know, I think we wouldn't think a thing about it in a bigger city, walking block after block. And we have, in our walkability campaign, we have these temporary signs that say it takes 4 minutes to walk to local coffee, or 7 minutes. It's not a long walk.
Yeah.
And we would encourage people to just do it and see what you discover in more of the core of downtown.
Grab those itineraries and go.
That's right.
Yeah. So if I was on a budget and maybe I want to spend $20, $50 in downtown, what are some suggestions you can give us for my $20 budget and my higher end $50 budget?
Okay.
On a Saturday or weekday, whenever.
Okay, so if it were me, I would suggest for a $20 budget to maybe start at the farmer's market and get that donut.
That's right.
Okay, and then
$4 for the donut.
there
I
you
already
go,
know
$4.
that.
Okay, and maybe again walk to the core of downtown and support a local business and buy a small gift, or grab coffee or a pastry at Turntable. But then maybe stick around for song and story time with your kids. That is like a $5 donation. Or go to the library for a free program. Or walk around the Ned's Gallery or the Havner's Frame Shop Gallery. That's free, and you can look at art. That's what I would do.
Yeah, for that $20, I mean, we've done that. Go to the farmer's market, get a donut, grab a coffee, take our family to the library, or, another free event. So I think that's a great idea for just under $20 probably.
You can do a lot for $20.
So if I up it, it's $50. Maybe it's a date night or something.
That's
what can I do?
Okay, if I was in the 50 to 100 range, gosh, if you're also doing childcare, you got to factor that in. But I would do
it. We got a free babysitter.
Okay. I would do a dinner and a show of some sort.
Go.
I would go to Doe's Eat Place. That's a special, occasion. You're in a historic building.
Right.
Right
across from the Ned.
Walk across the street and go see a show at the Ned.
Okay.
So that's what I would do.
Dinner and date night. That works.
You might need a little more than $50 to do that.
Well, that's the higher ends for a date night, so that works. We got the free babysitter, so we'll be able to make it work.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you for those suggestions. I mean, there's so many different ways we can interact with downtown, whether it's going to a free event, supporting a local business for an event they're having, or spending my money down there. There are multiple ways we can invest in downtown Jackson.
So we have one final fun question for you. Are you ready?
Yeah.
If you had extra change in your pocket, what would you spend it on?
Downtown.
Has to be downtown.
Has to
obviously.
be downtown.
Yeah.
That's where I would spend my money. I would probably add to my plant collection. I would save that money and add to my plant collection, or throw it in the tip jar at the local coffee barista because I spend a lot of time there and they deserve it. That's probably what I'd do.
Thanks so much for being on the podcast today. We loved hearing what you had to say, sharing more about downtown and what we can look forward to.
So how can we connect with downtown on social media or other platforms?
Yeah, we would tell you to go to the website, downtownjacksontn.com. That's where you're going to find listing of businesses, an event calendar.
You can got some business spotlights, right?
We do. We highlight them on a blog, but we also highlight those people on Instagram too. And that's Downtown Jackson TN. You can sign up for our newsletter that comes out every 2 weeks.
Got it.
And you can do that on the website. So those are the best ways to stay engaged with downtown.
So downtownjacksontn.com and Downtown Jackson TN Instagram handle.
That's right.
All
and
right.
Facebook.
And
Facebook is
too.
Downtown Jackson TN.
Perfect. Thank you.
One thing that I love about your website too is I was looking on it a couple days ago, and Y'all also have like Airbnbs where
Yeah.
if you have family coming in from out of town, like they can come stay and visit downtown. And
That's right.
Yeah,
and we just
invest in
added
the
to
community.
that. So there's a stay and do section, and it did have like just midtown Airbnbs, but there's been 5 downtown Airbnbs added in the last few months. And
Wow.
so we just recently updated that. So we want people to stay overnight and park their car and just enjoy downtown.
right, walk around
Yep.
all the blocks, everything.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for being on the podcast today. We loved hearing everything that you had to say and giving us more reasons why we should invest in downtown.
Thanks for having me. It was fun.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to the Pocket Change Podcast. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe.
And check us out on YouTube. The Pocket Change Podcast is brought to you by Leaders Credit Union.
Where we power your passion and make lives better.
Cha-ching! Leaders is federally insured by the NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
Learn more at leaderscu.com.